is how the discourse currently structured would operate. I try to relate it with what we're seeing now in the financial system, like a holdco kind of structure.
Perfect.
You know, because when I was like, okay, will the discourse be operating that kind of holdco structure where you see what's happening right now with the banks, and some people are crying foul against it, even the operators, but will that begin to happen here?
Yeah, so I anticipate that discos, successor discos that cover more than one state, effectively the rest of the discos minus the Lagos discos will operate in a holdco format, assuming states now decide to also regulate their operations, right? Because they operate they operate interstate. Interstate operations, whatever law that Edo makes for electricity regulations cannot bind BEDC when it comes to Delta State. Delta State may have to go make its own law. So you find out that a disco will automatically be regulated by 4 entities. So clearly you then need to have like a holdco structure, which obviously that will speak to NERC. That's where NERC will continue to regulate. That's where BP as a shareholder and other minority shareholders will have their stakes. And then they would open subsidiary companies at state level. Now, this is curing the mistake that privatization did not cure, or rather that was made during the design of privatization.
So that means we are coming back to
no,
the
we
basics,
didn't come back. Yeah, we're coming back to the basics. Because PHCN was, well, discos were sold based on the carve-out of PHCN regional areas. Typically, you should have carved them out as under states, but they carved, PHN had 11 regions, so they carved them out and put 2 in Lagos. Now, we're now coming back to that original structure, which is each state have your own utility, have your own electricity distribution entity. And I see that happening. But again, it also depends on how quickly some states can adopt it. Like I said, and luckily the Senate also has in its electricity bill 2022, they made provisions that where states are unable to make their own laws, then the national grid next still continues to regulate until such a time the state then decides that, okay, I've come of age, I now want to control my destiny, I will regulate. But again, let me be very clear, it does not take away the national grid. The national grid still remains, and I would expect that the collaboration that Mr. Tomi talked about would be the collaboration between the national grid and the state grids or state electricity markets, because without that collaboration, it will be chaos.